Hi, everyone. Sandy Kreisberg here. This is Fridays with Sandy. It's usually Fridays with Sandy and John, but John is out getting his fourth COVID shot today. Can't be too sure. So you're stuck with me and our terrific candidate. Candidate, why don't you introduce yourself? What's your name?
Hi guys, my name is Sarim. I am a longtime supporter of Sandy and John, and so it's a pleasure to be here today.
Okay, where are you currently working, Sarim?
Yeah, so I'm a student right now at Oxford. I'm doing my master's in economics, specializing in financial economics. And prior to that, I worked at Deloitte and at CPP.
So here's the good news. You went to the University of Toronto. You got a Summa, right?
Yes.
You've got a GRE score that's a 740 GMAT equivalent. We'll publish it. We'll publish the actual numbers. So we got a Summa 740 and now you're getting a master's at Oxford. And in between that time, you did several gigs. So tell me what you did between the University of Toronto and your current residence now at Oxford University in England.
Yeah, so after graduating from U of T, I specialized in accounting and I did a bit of finance and economics. I decided to join Deloitte in their management consulting group, specifically focusing on asset management clients. So there we looked at pension funds and asset managers. And some of the key funds that we worked with were firms like Ontario Teachers Pension Plan and the Canada Pension Plan. So the next logical transition after doing my 2-year stint there was to go to the other side of the table and work with the clients. And so CPPIB was a natural transition. I got called up to work in the strategy group where we were looking at.
Good. Okay, so we're calling this a silver sort of gold resume with a lot of interesting stories. Also, when you were at Toronto, you did a lot of student internships. So you've got that on your resume as well. So you've had some great work experience. Right now, when you apply, what's going to be the first line on your resume? It's telling them what you're doing now. What's that going to be?
It would be a recent graduate and working at the next company. So CPP would be like kind of the headline company that I'd be working.
So you're going to be, okay. So, and CPP is a classy place to work. Do they send people kids apply to business school from there?
Plenty. Like last year, there were about more than a handful of people who went to Wharton and a few that went to Harvard and Stanford as well.
Yeah. What makes you think? Give me your unvarnished opinion about who got into Harvard and who got into Wharton and how come?
Well, I think it was a mixture of just personal drive and ambition, and like they had past successes as well. Like they would have done summer internships at really great companies as well. So it's
a cool place to work. And I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this. You're a magician.
Yes.
And a comedian.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's hear about what is your comedic role?
My comedic role extends as far as personal family gatherings right now and doing shows at the Second City, Toronto. So for those of you that don't know, it's basically like this small community initiative where you can go and get out of your comfort zone. Decided to do that because I was shy initially, but it turned into a bit of a passion. And long story short, I did a big course, a year-long course to like get myself up to speed in comedy, and I've just continued it since.
You have an informal degree in comedy. That's great. What kind of
more
how would you define your degree? I would ask you to tell me a joke, but I don't want to put you on the spot unless you have a good one.
Actually, I do. I feel like in terms
let's hear it.
In terms of my professional career, I feel
let's hear the joke.
Yeah, no. This is the joke.
Okay.
In terms of my professional development, I feel like my informal degree in comedies helped me more than the Oxford degree.
That's not a joke. That's an unfortunate truth.
Even better. All the great comedies made out of truth.
I've always got a short, clean joke on hand. If people say, hey, you're funny. Could you tell me a joke? I said, yeah, a couple of guys are in a golf clubhouse And someone comes up to him and says, well, how was your round? And he said, it was terrible. It was terrible. Mike had a heart attack and died on the 14th hole. And the guy said, Mike had a heart attack and died on the 14th hole. That's terrible. He goes, yeah, it was take a shot, drag Mike. Take a shot, drag Mike.
I feel like that's an acquired taste of jokes.
You don't get that. Well, maybe you don't know enough about golf. Golfers are known for being zealous about playing golf. Nothing will get in their way. So the fact that their golf mate died, it's not like they were going to stop their round.
Oh shoot. Maybe I'll learn once I get to that.
All right, hey, just could be a golf thing. Okay, so we've got the Canadian Pension Investment Board. What do you do there? You're a quantity guy, right?
Yes, so it was actually a big shift from Deloitte. It was more so focusing on strategy. So I was at CPP during the height of the pandemic, and we were looking at how we would look at our competitors and how they were changing their investment strategy across the globe. And so while I was at CPP, we were looking at how we would manage our investments in the US and in China. And at the time, there was great big geopolitical tensions there as well. So it was a very exciting work. We spoke to business leaders both in our group and spoke to business leaders outside of our company to get insights. And then we basically created a big presentation to present to the board of directors. And it was a really, really exciting time while I was there.
Good. When you get interviewed, and you probably will, and they say, what are you doing there? You go, I'm an internal consultant. And some of the issues we deal with are how to deal with the pandemic, blah, blah, and blah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get all those things rock solid for purposes of an interview. Okay, so you've got these, you're a Summa graduate from the University of Toronto. That's good. You've got these real high scores, 740, that's good. You're working at
Sandy, I actually retook the GRE and I scored a 335, which would be equivalent to, I guess, like a 780.
Wow, so 780, man, magic.
That's the real magic.
I'd say you're an interesting guy. What business school do you want to go to?
I'm thinking more of like the quanti financy program. So and on the East Coast, just because I'm an East Coast kind of person. So I would say like your Whartons, your Chicagos, your Harvards, MIT, those would be kind of like the first choice. Columbia as well.
Yeah, you should get into those places. What would be a good job for you after business school?
Yeah, so it would be working in the strategy division of a bank at a large bank. So like a JP Morgan internal strategy. So doing the exact same stuff that I've done at CPP, but like in a bigger way and in the US ideally, just because that's where everything is.
Yeah, all right. What do you say if they say, man, you could get that job now?
I feel like it would be a lot harder because I have the work permit to work in the UK and in Canada, and I could transfer into the US, but that would be just a longer route. I want to take the time to like meet really high achieving people in the US and like meet people from all different parts of the world that go into.
So are you saying the answer is it's for visa reasons that I'm not getting that job now, or something else?
Part of that, and also to like meet friends in the US as well, because I have friends in Canada and I have friends in the UK, but not some in the US. And it's just because I haven't like had the chance to, meet people in like a informal setting like classrooms.
Yeah, so business school in the US would make a lot of sense. Okay. You're a solid guy, you're a magician, you're a non-golfer, you got a Summa from the University of Toronto and a 780. I believe your chances, have you thought of Stanford?
I haven't thought of Stanford, but I'm open to it. Of course, it's an awesome school, obviously.
Man, they go for Stanford loves two things: do-gooders and huge stats. Okay, you're not an extreme do-gooder. You're just a regular guy, minding your own business, which is fine. But man, when they see a Summa from Toronto and a 780 GMAT equivalent, they admit people like that. I don't know if you want to go there. I don't know if given your goals, you might do better at Harvard. But it's something to think about. And, you want to make friends. It's a good place to make friends. It's just a thought. You're a solid guy. You've got solid stats. You've got a great work history. Just get your career story straight. Let's finish off with this. Okay, give me some milestones. You know, what job do you want after business school? What do you want after that? And where do you see yourself in, 15, 20 years at the height of your career?
I haven't really thought about like the 15, 20-year part, but I have thought about the next 5 years. So after business school, I'm hoping to land that job as an internal strategy person at a financial institution. The next 5 years after that to progress into a senior manager, managing director type role. And then beyond that, perhaps even.
Yeah, I say this every week. It helps to just to link these up with actual companies. It's not a secret, nor are the companies obscure, man. And a good, and I've said this every week, and no one has been able to do it. Name 3 people you admire and why. People, not Barack Obama.
Nelson Mandela. No, I'm kidding. I would choose maybe Jamie Dimon. He's a leader in JP Morgan. So him, perhaps.
Good. That's a good choice. Who else?
Someone like Ray Dalio also went to HBS. He started in the bank, made his way into starting his own company eventually. And then the last person, Sundar Pichai. He's also like a person who worked his way up to the ranks, worked in strategy, worked in tech. I don't want to do tech, but if I was anyone, I would be the finance version of Sundar Pichai.
Okay, those are great answers. Yeah, Saram, you're a solid guy. I think if you don't blow your interview at Harvard, your chances of getting in are very good. You're a total package. And I also think, did you mention MIT? Boy, they'd love you.
Yeah, no, of course, I would definitely apply to MIT.
Yeah, have you checked out their programs or?
Of course, like they have a very top finance program and it's taught by some of the leading finance faculty. So it's definitely one of those.
Yeah, you could meet at MIT. The MIT Business School is more integrated with the MIT University than HBS is on the, both physically and existentially. It's in its own little world there. Not that that's bad, but at MIT, there's a chance of meeting some, high performing quant type profs and business types. Just a thought, just to check it out. Okay, man, you're going to do great. And let us know how this works out. Thanks for joining our program. Is there anything you want to ask me?
I did want to ask about NFP stuff, like not-for-profit stuff. I know I'm not that strong in that. Should I focus on maybe beefing up that part of my application by doing things like I am passionate about giving back. I just want to know how to go about it and like doing it well. Like,
yeah, something.
Yeah.
They'll take people like you. You see, at Stanford, if you were passionate about Stanford, that would be something they'd wink at. But man, they also love nosebleed stats the way you got it. So I wouldn't. It's too late to start working up a not for profit part of your resume. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. And get some powerful recs from the Canadian pension plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Adios.